Well, we start with developing news now at 5:01. One man is dead after getting stabbed in the parking lot of a Walmart in Albuquerque overnight. This happened about 10:30 last night at the Walmart off Carlisle. It's near I-40, and that's where News 13's David Romero is right now. David, what have you learned about this?
Well, Matt, at last word from APD, the offenders are still outstanding at this point. They left the area on foot, and of course police are still looking for them. Now, violent crimes detectives had been combing through the parking lot over here in front of the Walmart as part of their investigation, which is still in the early stages. Now, police were called out to the parking lot of the store on the corner of Carlisle and Manal. This was around 10:30 last night. They found a man stabbed in the parking lot and rushed him to the hospital, where he later died. Now, there's no word on who he was, other than police saying he was a man in his 20s. Meanwhile, detectives say the search for whoever's behind this continues. And of course, we are out here live now in front of the store. All policing has been cleared, and patrons are allowed back into the store at this time. Now, again, police expect to release more information later this morning as to who they are looking for and what may have been the cause behind all this mayhem last night. Matt, back to you.
All right, thank you for the update this morning, David. We'll find more on this later today here on News 13 and anytime at KRQE.com. Happening now at 5:02, you should know a major interstate just north of Albuquerque is shut down. This is I-25. It is still closed at the northbound at the Bernalillo exit. This is because of a deadly crash last night. This happened just after 7:30. You can see how bad this was. State police say this pickup truck was going south. It crossed the median at the Algodones exit. It slammed head-on into a semi-truck that was going north. You can see from Sky News 13 that pickup truck was just obliterated. Barely anything left of it. Now, thankfully, the driver of that semi-truck, we're told, is doing okay. Now, right now, we do not know if the semi-truck went over the security cables that are supposed to prevent these head-on crashes or if it went through them and snapped them. We just talked with state police. They tell us that the interstate, again, this is northbound I-25 at the Bernalillo exit, is probably going to be closed for about another half hour while they clean up some oil there. We'll let you know as soon as it gets back open. Well, developing now at 5:03, it certainly wasn't a stellar start to the school year. For about a dozen kids in Albuquerque, they thought their school bus driver forgot them. One mom we talked with says her 11-year-old daughter was one of 11 students waiting for the bus here near Unser and Delian Northwest yesterday to start her first day of 6th grade at LBJ Middle School. The students started to worry after waiting for about 15 minutes for that bus.
She's 11 years old. This is her first day in middle school, which is scary enough. First time ever riding a bus and they don't come to pick her up.
Her daughter eventually got a ride to school with a neighbor. The Herrera Bus Company, the company that runs school buses, some of them for APS, told us that the bus got stuck in traffic and actually got to the stop about 20 minutes late. Developing now, still plenty of questions about this 14-year-old who died at a 16 and older party at the state fairgrounds this weekend, or what was supposed to be a 16 and older party. The governor is now getting involved, ordering Expo New Mexico to suspend similar parties. One's a DJ we talk with describes as quite dangerous for kids.
It doesn't matter, what you call it. The kids are still in there doing drugs. They're doing ecstasy. They may not be drinking, but a lot of them are doing ecstasy.
Now, yesterday would have been Hannah Brush's first day of class as a sophomore at Santa Fe High School. Again, she died after a night at the Foam Wonderland event at Expo New Mexico this weekend. State police say after security spotted her not looking well, she was rushed to UNMH where she died. Now, it is still unclear what killed Hannah. Well, a mother whose daughter was killed by two suspected drag racers wants to know who is vandalizing her memorial. This is disgusting. Last summer, police say David Jansen and Anthony Ramos are going about 100 miles an hour down Central when they slammed into Tara Garcia's car. She died a few days later. She's about 27 years old. Not long after that, a descanso was set up at the intersection in Garcia's honor. Well, last week, someone stole that memorial. Stole it. So the family put up another one, and it was vandalized. Tara had two kids, and her family says they came to this spot often to remember their mother.
My daughter wouldn't hurt anyone, and we're still hurting. And for someone to come and do this, I don't understand.
It is pretty hard to understand. Back in June, Jansen here pled guilty to vehicular homicide. He was sentenced to 9 months in jail. Ramos's case is still making its way through the court system. Well, it looks like more dogs are getting poisoned up in Santa Fe County. Jennifer Gonzalez said her dogs, Puka and Misha, ran off about 2 weeks ago. A few days later, Puka was found in an arroyo near Gonzalez's home in El Rancho. She was in bad shape and sadly died a few days later. A vet said she had been poisoned. Now, Misha is still missing and may also be dead.
Maybe she'll come back, but it doesn't look good right now.
Now it's not clear exactly what kind of poison killed Puka and whether someone tried to kill her. Now, remember last April, 3 dogs died in the El Dorado subdivision. Investigators think they ate poison that may have been put out for coyotes. Well, an elderly man here in New Mexico killed by an infection from West Nile, the first person that it's happened to here this year. The State Department of Health says the man was 83 years old. He was from Curry County, and he died after getting encephalitis. Now, also in Curry County, a 66-year-old woman is recovering from a less severe form of West Nile. Be careful out there. There are a lot of mosquitoes with all the rain we have had. It's now 5:07. Governor Susana Martinez, along with New Mexico's Department of Veterans Secretary Timothy Hale, going to be in Cibola County today for a town hall meeting. They'll be talking with veterans, the Guard, reserves, and their families, all about the governor's strategic state veterans cemetery plan. If you remember, she announced that last month. The meeting will be at 1:30 this afternoon. It's in Milan, the multi-purpose complex there. It is just northwest of Grants. Well, the USS New Mexico is back from its first deployment. The submarine returned to the coast off Connecticut on Monday after spending 6 months on a national security mission in Europe. It made stops in Norway, Scotland, and Spain. The USS New Mexico was commissioned in March of 2010 and the second Navy vessel to be named from the state. Certainly love to see those pictures of the soldiers back safe and sound with their families. Thank you to all the men and women on that for all they do for the country.